Good afternoon. It's October 4th, 2022. So this is the Harp right here. So my son works at a music store here in Southern California, and these two guys brought this Harp in and wanted to get a valuation to sell it to the owner. And they left it there. The owner looked at it and said, "Nope, I'm not going to deal with it." So he called them up and for 6 months, and they never came and picked it up. So my son said, "Hey, you want a free harp? Maybe you can fix it." So I picked it up along with a Fender organ that's in another video on this page. I did manage to sell that one. This one I'm probably just going to sell it, or my wife wants it, she can have it. So this is the deal. Somebody had cut out an entire section from here all the way down and took it out. So I managed to put it back. I had to glue and screw it with reinforcement on the back. They cut it right down this line right here. And what a mess. And this piece here was kind of twisted, warped, so it was really hard to get it back on. But I got it back on. All of this here works good. All the pedals work good. I cleaned them up, buffed them up on a buffing wheel. Yeah, my wife just called, so where was I? So the mechanism under there, everything is nice. Everything under here is nice. Always turn the way they're supposed to with the pedals. Now what I had to do, it's not pretty. And it might work, but it might not work too. So I just, you can see they had cut it right along here and right along this line here. So it's just nasty. So this thing is reinforcement. It's got the center reinforcement here. It's really strong. It's really strong. They had dug some of this wood out, so I had to put some, maybe a little putty in there. Not a whole lot. What else? This is Lyon and Healy. And I did call them up and gave them the serial number, and they said it was about a $12,000 harp at the time. These two guys that dropped it off at the music store said that they helped some Asian man, I think in San Bernardino or someplace, clean his house out, and in payment he gave them this. I don't know. So I had to paint it satin black just to hide all these repairs. And I'm probably going to sell this thing. But then I looked up the price of strings, and oh my gosh, they're super expensive. So I don't know. We're thinking maybe some nylon strings. I don't want to go full bore on this thing in case, the soundboard breaks again, but I'll show you the soundboard. What they did, they cut it. It fits okay. I'll get the soundboard. Here's the soundboard. I started working on it. They constructed this. You can see where it looks like they took a Sharpie. There was another one down there. I managed to sand it off. They drilled the holes. It should fit. A little bit of adjustment. They kind of drilled pilot holes, and all of these here, the holes for the strings, they are graduated to where it's wider down there from hole to hole, and it gets smaller and smaller. And this line is not perfectly in the center. It's offset, so when the strings come down, they hit it. I just took some string and I was looking to see, where string would come through and if it's going to clear all of this, and it does all the way up and down. It's pretty crazy. Really not sure what this reinforcement, it's a reinforcement bar, but there's like little nuts and screws on there. I'm not sure what that's for. It must be for attaching the strings to it. This is the back side of it. You can see they labeled it, so I'm thinking that they copied, the old soundboard. This is the only part of the soundboard that I have. This is the only thing that they brought in. Oh, there's my wife again. Hold on. Okay, so I did measure these from hole to hole, and it lines up with this here. This is about 37, 36, 35. So this was about somewhere it's down here. Sitka spruce, and you can see there's a rib there. I'd have to put ribs on here, put a, looks like they pulled off a strip that's, should be a strip down here and a strip down on the front. Holes drilled. I know where to get, I can't really get these little things here, but they do sell those kind of brass ones, fairly affordable. And these holes all kind of look like they're drilled at an angle. So for right now, I'm just contemplating if I should just go any further. I mean, it's, such a disaster. What were they thinking? Why didn't they just if the old soundboard, it must have cracked. Why didn't they just cut it from here, just start from here and take it off like that instead of taking this whole section off and basically ruining the entire thing? But it is a pretty neat looking thing. And I have read that, spruce is the ideal wood for tone and the tapering and all that, but I've also read that people use plywood, and I believe this is like a aircraft grade. I've never seen this kind of plywood at Lowe's or Home Depot or any of those hardware places that we have here, but they did glue a veneer onto it, so they must have been serious at one time. I think it's beech or birch, not 100% sure. I know this string's going to be pulling really hard, and with the plywood you have a little extra strength. Anyways, that's what I've read. Now you can see there's some kind of metal. Kind of looks like they sandwiched in some kind of metal. It's not metallic. I don't know how far up this goes. It's just the top part doesn't have the metal, so who knows? So I kind of call it the harp from hell, but it's a nice looking harp. Other than that, So I'm still trying to decide, should I spend money and buy all this other stuff that I need to do to make it, work, or should I just sell it as is? Anyways, it's been a fun project. This is John out.